Hey gamers, what is good? Squirrely here. Thank you so much for joining me as always. It's a pleasure to have you here because I'm covering something that's been popping up more. People have been asking me. I've been seeing it more on YouTube, especially with traders, TF2 traders. People are asking, what's going on? Looks like everyone's cashing out. Do you guys know something we don't know? This is a panic. This is a big scare. The stock market's crashing. TF2's crashing. We haven't had an update. Like, there's all this chaos and drama and hysteria going on. So I want to make a video, especially for those who are kind of worried. It seems like a lot of people are cashing out, or at least a lot of more public figures have been cashing out, and kind of put this to rest, at least from my perspective, what I think is going on, my situation, and just put it all out there so you guys can make your own decision on what you think you should do. But I'm going to talk about, is it a good time to cash out right now? Is it a good time to maybe not necessarily quit TF2 or quit trading totally, because I'm not doing that, but is it a good time to sell some of your items and cash out maybe? So I don't know exactly when this started. I don't think it's like a huge deal and everyone's panicking and freaking out. There's still plenty of traders, plenty of people playing TF2, but I think what happened is that it was a combination of, I made a couple of videos very recently about selling items and how to make money, Steam Community Market, but more recently I sold my dream set, my dream loadout, which I've had for many years, my iconic white energy frostbite racks with the golden pan and some other Australians. But I mentioned in my video, I'm not cashing out completely. I'm not quitting trading. I'm not quitting TF2. This is just a good time for me to go a little bit more cash heavy and put it to other things. More particular, the US stock market, which I think that's kind of what's going on, is that the world economy and the stock market and this whole pandemic, this world pandemic that's been going on with the virus, has caused more chaos that's kind of bled into TF2. And people, anytime there's uncertainty, it just causes panic. Just flat out, anytime there's any uncertainty whatsoever, it causes panic. People want to know what they can trust, what they can believe in going forward. Because if you can't count on things like the roof over your head staying up, then you're not going to ever be at ease. You're going to panic. You don't know if your house is going to collapse at any moment. So something to keep in mind is that this panic, I think, is a little bit inflated. It's a little bit self-created, and just because I cashed out and some other more popular figures cashed out, some public people who are into trading, high-tier traders, YouTubers, whatever, just because we've kind of been cashing out, maybe it seems like there's a pattern, it's all at the same time, but we have our own reasons. So it's not like we had a team meeting or there's some secret underground conspiracy theory. I've seen some comments like, Squirrely knows something, he's not going to tell us, or the high-tier traders aren't telling us what's going to happen, or the economy's going to crash, or TF2 is going to die. People have been saying this for years. Everything is instant. News, social media, clickbait, everything's like fear, 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 panic, panic, panic. So I think we're kind of trained for that mindset. So when something happens in TF2, we're kind of more exposed to think that panic, 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 fear, fear, fear. But I just want to calm everyone down and let you know that I think we're kind of just in a hypersensitive area right now with all the fears going out there in the world. So like I said, everyone has their reasons for cashing out. For my reason, if you want to look at my other videos, I actually made a video not too long ago about why everyone, I believe, at least in my opinion, everyone should cash out of TF2 eventually. So not all right now. There's no reason to just cash out. What I basically said in that video, and it's still my position now, is that when you've made your run, you've made your profit, you want to secure that profit. You can't just let it go up forever. There's times where things are overvalued. There's times where things are at their peak, and it's time to get out when the getting's good. There's a good time to buy. There's a good time to sell. And the closer you can get to those best times, the better you will do. You don't want to be the guy buying high and selling low. You don't want to be the guy who's always like in at the wrong times and out at the wrong times. As best you can, you want to get in when it's good, when things are cheap, when they're on discount, whether it's in real life or in TF2 trading or any other video game trading for that aspect. And then once the prices rise, you make your profit. When you think it's a good time to get out, that's when you want to get out. But there's going to be times in your life when you just need money. So it could be you're moving, you're transferring schools, you want to put a down payment on a car, you want to take a class, you want to pay off student loans, like pay your rent, you want to go out on a nice little mini vacation. There's so many reasons why you need money. So I don't think people should jump to conclusions when someone just wants to stash up a little bit more money. It could be for whatever reason that you want to sell some TF2 items and just get some more cash. Something else to remember is that people kind of have different versions of the word cashing out or cash out. For me, I was just saying I cashed out a set, a loadout. If someone says I'm cashing out, usually they mean their entire backpack or a big majority of their backpack. So depending on what they're talking about, just like anything, a quick sell to one person is not really a quick sell to someone else. So there's a little bit of gray area between that, but it just means they're turning their items into cash for whatever reason. It doesn't mean they're quitting TF2, they're uninstalling the game, they're going to just ditch the community. So I think it's good to just be aware that just because someone's cashing out doesn't mean they're falling off the face of the earth like myself. I'm still going to make TF2 videos. I still want to talk about trading and making money. The fact that, I mean, looking back, I've been technically slowly cashing out for years. I had at one point almost 3,000, spelled items. Many of them were double spelled hats, cosmetics, weapons. I had well over 100, like 107 or 8 unusual racks. And at the time, they made so much profit. I'm like, I gotta sell. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Valve could make an update where maybe there's similar hats that look like an exquisite rack, or maybe there's a bunch of soldier hats and the exquisite rack popularity goes down, or maybe a bunch of exquisite racks come up for sale and now the price drops and then now I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for it to go back up. Or it could be the opposite. It could be that Valve releases an update and says, you know what, the exquisite rack is now an all-class misc, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm the biggest fool in the world. Why did I cash out? I could have made 3, 4, 5 times more profit if I just would have waited. But the thing is, you can always look back. Hindsight is 20/20. You can always look back. I should have, I could have, I would have, I wish I did this. So you don't know the future. That's why it's important to lock your profits when you can, because you don't know. I've said in many videos, it's much better to get guaranteed profit on 20%, 50%, 100%, whatever it is that you think is reasonable profit. Take that extra money, that extra cash, keys, skins, whatever it is, and lock in that profit, because with a lot of things in life, you don't know what's going to happen. So it's like, would you rather take hundreds of trades or thousands of trades, maybe if you've been trading long enough, and get guaranteed profit, sustainable, consistent, good amount of margin profit, and just grow and rise at a steady pace? Or would you rather risk it? There's a lot of people who are into gambling, whether it's in-game like spy crabbing, or in real life they're going to Vegas, they're playing casinos, or they're shorting stocks, or they're gambling, they're doing options or whatever. And that's, you can go big and you can have huge profits, and you can literally become a millionaire overnight if you gamble with enough money. Or it could be the opposite. You could easily go $1 million more in debt overnight, and now it's like, really, it wasn't so smart, right? So gambling is never a good idea, and it's not so much you're gambling obviously because you don't know what Valve's going to do, but you kind of are gambling to an extent when you have profits locked in and you just don't want to take them. So for me, I had made plenty of profit on all my racks, all my items. I enjoyed them. Another thing to realize is that you can't wear everything at once. You can't wear all these items at once. So for me, eventually, I'm like, this has been fun collecting them, but I can only wear 3 items at a time. Why do I need all of these items? Some of them for weapons or classes or nice skins or unusuals that I never use, I never wear. And it's like, I literally forget I have them. It's actually funny when you have those moments where you find an old pair of pants or jacket, and you put your hand in your pocket and you're like, what the heck? There's like $20 in there. You totally forgot you put $20 in there, but it's a nice surprise, right? That happens with TF2 trading as well. If you have enough items and you don't really actively stay on top of them, there's plenty of times I will just sort my backpack by value or unpriced. I'm like, oh, I totally forgot I had this random hat, or this strange item that's worth like 5 keys. I didn't even know I had it. I got it like months ago. I just forgot. So I think it's not only good housekeeping to go through your items and clean up what you don't need, but also you might find something that surprises you. Go through your own backpack, look on Steam Community Market. You probably have things on there that haven't sold, that have been sitting there forever. Go through it. If you don't need it, get paid for it. Like I said in previous videos, everyone should cash out eventually. You go at your own pace. You don't need to do all or none or do one big thing. You could slowly cash out over time if you want, kind of like what I'm doing. But get paid for your work. You spent time in trade servers, adding people, negotiating, collecting metal, refined, upgrading hats. I mean, you're putting in time. TF2 is amazing because not only is like the best game ever made, or one of the best games ever made, it's got its own little economy. You can make so many cool things with it, and cosmetics and loadouts and maps, and the community's great. And there's so many modes and custom servers. Like, it's amazing for so many reasons. And on top of that, it's a free-to-play game, and you can get paid from it, which I think is just phenomenal. I mean, to think about whenever you quit TF2 or you quit Steam, you become an adult and you're going to go to school or you're going to get a job or whatever. If you don't have time to play games, you can either look back and say, oh my God, I spent 5,000 or 10,000 hours on this game. I wasted my time. I should have been doing something else. I should have been learning something else. Or you can say, I spent 5,000 hours on this game. I had so much fun and so many good memories. And I also made a couple $100, or I made a couple $1,000, or I made $100,000. Like, whatever it is, that just puts an icing on the cake. It's like, now you feel good because you didn't get nothing out of it. Technically, you have your memories, of course, but it's nice to get something a little bit tangible that you can use to move on with your life. So, no, I do not see anything doomsday coming up. There's no conspiracies behind the scenes with, high-tier traders and YouTubers. Everything's going smooth and great. Trading is going strong. Community's going strong. We're just kind of like an in-between right now because it's been so long since a large update, so people are kind of panicking. But I will be the first one to let you guys know if I see something dark and scary coming down the tunnel revolving TF2 or trading. I've been so open and transparent with tips and tricks and how you make money. And I've actually, it's been negative to me because when I share these tips and tricks, you guys go do them. So I don't have as much opportunity. So hopefully you believe me. If there's something scary coming down the road, and TF2 economy or trading is going to crash or go down hard, I will be the first one to let you know, and I'll teach you probably what you should do about it, because I have nothing to hide. I don't mind. I'd rather share my success with you guys because it's been a really fun journey, and I think it's all about once you've done well, now let's go down, help other people, and bring them up too. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me as always. Hopefully I put that to rest. There's no panic. There's no scare. Cash out when you want to cash out. Cash out as much as you want to. Go at your own pace. There's no conspiracy theory, and everything is fine. Keep playing. Keep having a good time. And I'm going to keep trading as well. So maybe I'll trade with you guys pretty soon. Have a great one, you guys. Keep a lookout for the next video. I hope to see you in casual without my hats. And yeah, have a good one. Peace.
That was a tasty crits.